Exactly 10 minutes to 10 o'clock. The news on Galaxy FM. My name is Biryomumaisho. Workers' representatives in Parliament have said that the retirement benefits sector liberalization bill should be dropped in the best interest of workers in Uganda. The four workers MPs, including Arneitwe Rwakajara, Margaret Rwabsheja, Agnes Konhire and Dr. Sam Liomeki, dismissed the bill, describing it as a huge risk to workers' savings. The workers MPs on Tuesday appeared before Parliament's Finance Committee, chaired by Rwanda East MP Henry Musasizi. Margaret Rwabsheja said that liberalizing the pension sector would mean that government is denying citizens the access to social security and exposing employees' contributions to high risk in the hands of speculators who only invest in profitable ventures.
If there is any reform necessary, it should be done to the existing NSSF Act and Public Service Pension Act by way of amendments to cater for conducive environment for workers, but not repealing any of the existing laws. Workers are not opposed to reforms, but social security and protection is paramount. So we are saying we should maintain NSSF as a national scheme and only find a solution to those who are employed by government.
Honorable Arneitwe Rwakajara also expressed reservations about liberalizing the pensions sector, saying that workers are likely to end up losing their money at the hands of profit makers.
My worry is simple. For example, NSSF, they collect about 60 billion per month. It is worth 9 trillion as we talk. If we carry these small monies that we have remained in our economy and we throw it in the hands of individuals and in most cases foreigners, colleagues have been witnessing that billion every day carry cash, taking it out of our economy. And whatever challenges we are facing now in our economy, chances are high that it is because we liberalize it or privatize it, everything in this country.
Dr. Sam Liomeki said that the workers' MPs have decided to reintroduce the NSSF Amendment Act of 2009 in order to make NSSF more competitive in the investment market.
What we are trying to do proactively, we also now bring the tailoring this amendment formally through the club, and we allow it also come to this committee. The government is trying to bring some laws, we also want some laws, and for them they want the laws to look in a different way when they could have been one party, and that's a form. But the substance is what are they injuring. So for us, what we are saying, that as workers, we are also now going to proactively bring out the NSSF.
Makerere University management is not yet sure whether it will be able to raise the 12.9 billion shillings that's required to pay staff incentives, Galaxy FM has learned. On Tuesday, the university management held a meeting and resolved to present a report over the staff incentive areas to the University Council Finance Committee that is scheduled to meet today. It follows a directive from the Makerere University Council to management to make every effort to clear the staff incentive areas for the 2015-16 financial year by July 31st. Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, the Makerere University Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Finance and Administration, says they have already paid 2 months and are left with 3 more months. He explains that the incentive from June 2016 onwards was suspended by Council pending recommendations of the Rendere Visitation Committee that was appointed by President Yoweri Museveni at the closure of Makerere University last year.
Incentive for June 2016 was suspended pending report of the Visitation Committee. But the areas before that, which were 5 months remaining, Council agreed with the association that those 5 months would be paid before the end of this financial year. Of the 5 months, 2 months have already been paid. So we have got 3 months remaining. So that is 12.9 billion shillings, which we must look for. We don't have enough money. We are trying to see if we can save from whatever we shall collect from students, but most likely it is not enough to cater for that. So we might end up by appealing to government to assist us.
In business, the controversy surrounding Nachivubo redevelopment has taken a new twist, with the former parkyard traders dragging KCCA, the Attorney General, Nachivubo War Memorial Stadium Board of Trustees and the market developer Mr. Hamis Chigundu to court over illegal eviction. The traders, 120 number, claim that their merchandise was spoiled during the eviction on February 28, 2017 and want 450 million shillings as compensation for the damages caused. In a suit filed in the High Court dated March 24, 2017, the traders contend that the eviction was illegally conducted without giving them sufficient notice, which made them lose merchandise worth 450 million Uganda shillings. The suit was filed by leaders of the affected vendors, claiming that since the eviction, they have never engaged in any activity because they do not have any merchandise to sell. These include Mr. Ezra Kabera, Mr. Mwada Chiyimba, Mr. Muhammad Mwonda, John Bosco Serada, and Mr. Moses Mwesje. Mr. Mwesje, one of the traders, said that the 200 million shillings that Ham gave the evicted vendors to help them in their relocation was pocketed by former leaders at the expense of the majority. He noted that if they still had their merchandise, they would have settled in other places and resumed work. When contacted about the matter, Mr. Chigundu's manager, Abdul Musoke, denied receiving any summons but maintained that the exercise was carried out in line with the law. Still in business, the newly built Nyendo market in Masaka municipality has remained unoccupied due to the delayed verification of the vendors. Government completed the construction of the new market last year to the tune of 13 billion Uganda shillings. In December 2016, President Yoweri Museveni officially opened the market that is found in Nyendo Senyange division and handed it over to the vendors. The market has more than 900 stalls. Initially, the vendors were supposed to occupy the market on December 2nd, 2016. However, the process hit a snag after it emerged that some of the people registered for allocation of stalls were not vendors. Godfrey Kayemba, the mayor of Masaka municipality, says they have completed the verification exercise, adding that the vendors are expected to occupy Nyendo market in early April. Kayemba says that they have resolved that each of the vendors pays 20,000 shillings for utilities before they occupy the market.
That each of the vendor must pay 20,000 shillings to the bank account that the town clerk has provided, not later than 5th, because we expect by 5th April, every person will have settled on their new stalls and lock-up in the new market. So we put a charge to cater for utility bills, electricity, water, cleaning and maintaining the market for the 3 months of grace period in order to have the market running and the facilities running. Then after the 3 months, we shall have learned how people have performed, how the market has performed, and then that one will help us, will give us a basis now to include in a charging policy the rates.
And elsewhere, a court in Ivory Coast has acquitted the country's former First Lady Simone Bagbo of crimes against humanity. The charges relate to the violence that followed the 2010 presidential polls when her husband Laurent refused to accept defeat to Alassane Ouattara. Now, the majority of the judges dismissed the prosecution's argument that Simone Bagbo, who's 67, headed a crisis cell and tried to buy weapons. She's already serving 20-year prison term for undermining state security. Ivory Coast has refused to extradite her to the International Criminal Court in The Hague, where Laurent Gbagbo is on trial for crimes against humanity. The ICC has issued a warrant for Simone Gbagbo on similar charges. A very good morning. That's all we had for you.